Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. We are back for another BondyBlue show. Thank y'all so much for coming. Okay, listen, I want to go ahead and shout out the first comment. Okay, Tyree Lynch. Hi, BondyBlue from Be More. What's going on, Baltimore? Okay. Also, hey, Miss B, what's going on? How you doing? Okay, she said, hey, Saki, I do not see Saki. I don't know if Saki's moderating anymore. And thank you so much, Charnel Monet. I clicked on YouTube right on time. I ain't wrong. Listen, we appreciate you for coming through. Okay, listen, I love y'all, and I'm gonna give everybody a chance to come into the room. Okay. And while I'm giving y'all a chance to come into the room, I'm gonna show y'all my photography. I was acting a fool last night on the Ooh Ladies First panel. I don't know if y'all checked out the Ooh Ladies First panel. Oh, you y'all say Saki was here earlier? Oh, okay. I must have missed her. But yes, y'all, my photography. So y'all know we went to Santa Monica, and I was finally able to get some of my prints printed out. So as I'm waiting for more of y'all to come into the room before we get into today's topics, I just wanted to show y'all some of my photography. I am going to start selling it. I'm actually trying to get a vendor, to help me with that, so I can put it on, prints and merchandise and stuff like that. I watched the Ooh Lady First panel for the first time, and I enjoyed it. I'm so glad you did. We had such a good time last night. I'm trying to get it so that y'all, the glare from the glass, the plastic or whatever. But, okay, y'all see it. We had a really good conversation last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did as well who showed up. Y'all know I love the beach. So, I made sure to take pictures that made me feel happy when I looked at them. And all of these make me feel really happy. This reminds me of the palm tree we used to have in front of our house back in the day when I was a kid. We had a really large palm tree in front of our house. I think my dad eventually had that tree cut down because of the hurricanes and stuff. But yeah. And then catching, the background. I actually took this one from the balcony of my hotel room with my zoom lens. I was using my Canon for most of these, my T7i, but I really want to get a new updated camera. I think it's a 90D, but I want to get another one so that I can, the next time I go somewhere, I can, take better pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, just better quality. Thank you, Sam J, for becoming a member, even though I feel like you're already a member, right, Sam J? Like, I think I was trying to talk to you in a Discord earlier. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah, thank y'all so much. I appreciate the compliments on my photography. I really love doing it. It's one of my favorite talents of mine. To actually see. And I can't wait for Lyric to put these up, even though I need to replace 2 of them because I cracked them, but I'll replace them later. You can't really tell. But yeah, really love it, proud of it. Can't wait to like sell it and stuff. Is the stream buffering? You guys let me know. Are y'all hearing and seeing me clearly? What's going on? I'm not seeing anything on my end, but that doesn't mean anything. I've been in a couple of people's live streams over the past few days, and there's been a lot of like buffering and such things, which is why I am definitely going to make sure I get my website popping so that I, maybe don't have to deal with these issues all the time. Or if there are these issues, we can just, move right on over to my channel. I mean, to my website instead of just my channel. So yeah. All right, y'all. I'm glad y'all are here. Just want to let y'all know that after this video, we will be talking about marriage boot camp. I'm switching things up around here. More topical videos, more conversational, more evergreen. Is what I'm trying to give. So, we're just going to be titling them a little bit differently, because it's more so about the conversation than it is about the actual show sometimes. And I feel like people don't know that because it's titled the show review versus really just being a breakdown of some of the things I'm seeing that I feel like we can discuss. All right, y'all say that it seemed fine. Yes, sorry, I saw your message later and I responded. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to understand. A member and Patreon are not the same. If you're a member on YouTube. If you're a Patreon, you're a member of you're a patron of Patreon, okay? Which is a separate site. But I give you guys the option to do whichever you feel comfortable with to support my channel, and you all get access to the same content. Y'all all get access to the stuff that regular people don't see. Love and Marriage Huntsville, the Discord where we text and all of that. So yeah, would you do canvas prints? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just I have like a frame theme going on in my house right now. Like if y'all have seen my den, y'all know we have like a whole wall full of my photography and it's all like in glass framed pictures, and I kind of want to keep that same theme going. But yes, I would love to put it on canvases like these that I have behind me, which these are like Kirkland's and Home Goods stuff that I got. But my stuff, I would love for my house to be filled with my own art. You know what I'm saying? And then to sell it to you guys. So, so y'all can enjoy it as well, because shit like that makes me happy. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like growing up, the pictures that were of like the forest or the beach or the sky in my household, I used to just sit and look at sometimes because it just made me feel away. Like I can remember a picture that they used to have in my parents' bathroom when I was growing up. They used to always make me feel like I would want to be in the forest some fucking where. Like it just always seems so serene. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when I take pictures from the standpoint of what it makes me feel like when I look at it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to be in love with it myself in order to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really getting better at editing them. That's why it's like I just want them to be as high quality as I can get them. Because I do a lot of, I edit my photos so that they are more beautiful and they're not so flat. And, you make up for allowances with light and glare and saturation and things that the eye picks up that cameras don't. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, 337 of y'all are in the room now. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Let's go ahead and get into the topics. Okay. Hey, Sam J. I'm glad that you're here because I was actually hitting you up because I wanted to make you a moderator. I wanted to make sure you weren't being problematic as a moderator because we had some issues with problematic moderators. I don't know what that's about. But ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. But I wanted to make you a moderator because I feel like you're a moderator on somebody else, one of the girls' channels, and they spoke, and then I know you're in my. I kind of want to keep it from now on people that are in my Discord, like because I talk to y'all and I feel like I kind of have a understanding of who you guys are. Versus, so that's why I'm about to make Sam J a moderator because she's here and it's greatly appreciated. Everybody can't be here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and put up this graphic because I want to start with Adele. We're going to start with Adele, but let me go ahead and make Sam J a moderator. And while I'm doing that, you guys, like... Okay, thong, thong. I'm sorry, that should be thong, thong. Okay, you just became one. Thank you, Tatum Swift, for becoming a member. I appreciate you, love. Okay. Y'all, I'm seeing it. What is with the freezing? I'm hoping that y'all can hear me while it's doing this freezing thing. But I'm gonna close some tabs. Okay. Are y'all ready to get into it? Are y'all ready to get into it? I said, are y'all ready to get into it? Okay. Okay, y'all ready? All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go. 400 people in the room. Let's go. All right, Adele. Y'all, Adele is back and ready for the world to hear what she has to say. Adele is opening up about her life's journey thus far in her new cover article with Vogue magazine. The 33-year-old British songstress takes new music, weight loss, and her budding new romance, okay? On returning to the spotlight, Adele said, and I quote, I mean, I have to sort of gear myself up to be famous again, which famously I don't really like being. She says it's been 5 years since the Hello singer sat down for an interview and 6 years since her last album, 25, was released. Discussing her new music, she said, with this one, I made the very conscious decision to be like, for the first time in my life, actually, what do I want? I feel like this album is self-destruction, then self-reflection, and then sort of self-redemption, but I feel ready. I really want people to hear my side of the story this time. She continued, if the new album is a divorce album, it's a different kind of the divorce album, a different kind of divorce album. It was more me divorcing myself, just being like, bitch, fuck, hot mess, get your fucking shit together. Like, I don't know how that sounded when she said it. Adele also added that her new album is dedicated to her son, Angelo, for when he gets older. She said, I just felt like I wanted to explain to him through this record when he's in his 20s or 30s who I am and why I voluntarily chose to dismantle his entire life in the pursuit of my own happiness. It made him really unhappy sometimes, and that's a real wound for me that I don't know if I'll ever be able to heal. Damn. That brings a really good thing into the conversation because I feel like a lot of women feel the guilt to try to stay in a relationship. I feel like we see that on a lot of shows. Stay together for the kids, stay together for the kids, stay together for the kids. And I don't know how healthy that is for the kids in the long run to show any parent, woman or man, but to show a parent making sacrifices to their happiness for a life that is actually not as fruitful as they could have if they would just be honest with themselves and with the people around them. And what I mean by that is if everybody can come to the table like adults and put their bullshit aside after we've decided to separate, okay, then the child can still have everything it needs as far as having a relationship with both parents and both parents being there to support them. But I also feel like sometimes because people are toxic, co-parenting situations aren't easy. Like they aren't. And sometimes a kid will think that their parent is actually being a parent because they're in the household, when really they're not doing anything. They're just there. And them not being there, yeah, you don't see them as much, but it's really not making that much of a difference. But a kid doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? A kid just feels that a person who was there is gone. The presence is now gone. And that is hard. But I feel like I think adults should always make decisions that are best for the children, but also keep the long-term goal in mind, which is to show your child how to have a happy life, not one where you're constantly making sacrifices. And when you look back, you have regrets. I don't want you to have regrets, because I feel like that's the biggest thing that most people, say when they're getting older, is that they have regrets about something. And that's just unfortunate to me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Brandy, for becoming a member. Question, Bondy. I never can get into your Discord. I don't know why. He, I don't know what that's about. I do need to post them more often. I'm gonna post one today. Because there are so many new members. I'm going to go ahead and Patreons. I'm gonna post a new link to the Discord, so y'all will get that today from me. Thank you, Charnel Monet, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dominique Lee, for the super chat. Adele is that girl, and I'm happy she moves however she feels like it. That's how women should move, however they feel like it. Word to Tisha. Okay, listen, let's continue on because there's more to this conversation that I want us to get into. Okay, so elsewhere, the Rolling in the Deep singer also got candid about her divorce from Simon Konecki. I'm child, it's probably wrong, but whatever. And the anxiety that followed. She said, I was just going through the motions and I wasn't happy. Neither of us did anything wrong. Neither of us hurt each other or anything like that. It was just, I want my son to see me really love and be loved. It's really important to me. She added, obviously, Simon and I never fought over him, or anything like that. Angelo's just like, I don't get it. I don't really get it either. There are rules that are made up in society of what happens and doesn't happen in marriage and after marriage. But I'm a very complex person. I've always let him know how I'm feeling from a very young age because I feel quite frazzled as an adult. That's a little, I'm not gonna say I find anything wrong with that. I'm honestly glad that she's honest about her feelings because I feel like we do need to teach children how to deal with their emotions by being honest with them about how emotions happen. I feel like often adults try to shield their kids from things, and that's a good thing because I feel like it's a very fine line between being honest with your children and showing them healthy ways to get over life's hurdles. But it's another thing when you share too much with them and they become responsible for your emotions as the parent. So I feel like that's another thing that you have to be careful of because children will make decisions against what they feel they should do for themselves as they get older out of fear that they're going to hurt their parent. And it should not be like that. It shouldn't be like that, especially if those decisions aren't going to harm them. Then a child should be growing into an adult and doing things that they feel like is right for them and learning how to trust their own intuition and not always having to put a parent's fears and acknowledge a parent's feelings before they acknowledge their own. Not as they become older. Like that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be for you to teach your child how to trust their own intuition. Hey, Miss Monet, I'm glad you're here, love. Thank you. Okay. So yes, back into the conversation. On her 30th birthday, Adele shocked fans with her dramatic weight loss, which she says started as a way to manage her anxiety. This is the part of the conversation. She said, I realized that when I was working out, I didn't have any anxiety. It was never about losing weight. I thought if I can make my body physically strong and I can feel that and see that, then maybe one day I can make my emotions and my mind physically strong. However, although she was feeling happier and healthier, Adele said she was hurt by the reactions of her fans and followers. She added, the most brutal conversations were being had by other women about my body. I was very fucking disappointed with that. That hurt my feelings. She continued, my body's been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women, especially, were hurt. Visually, I represented a lot of women, but I'm still the same person. In addition to finding herself for this album, the singer has also found love with sports agent Rich Paul. The two sparked dating rumors back in July of this year and went on social media officially in September. On her new romance, she says he was always there. I just didn't see him. Adele says the two met at a party and she loved how funny he was. She added that 99% of the other dating rumors were false. And with Rich Paul, she feels safe. That kind of sounds like me and Lyric. Lyric was always there and I just wasn't paying attention until my graduation. And he came over and we were all like chilling and shit. And he had me dying laughing, y'all. I was sitting next to him and I was laughing so hard and something just clicked. Something just clicked. So when she says that, I totally get that. She says, I feel anxious or nervous or frazzled. It's quite the opposite. It's wild. I'm a 33-year-old divorced mother of a son who's actually in charge. The last thing I need is someone who doesn't know where they're at or what they want. And I know what I want, and I really know what I don't want. I love Adele. I love Adele for this interview and for being honest the way she is. And I want to talk about this weight thing because it's bothersome to me. And I think we need to unwrap that. There are a lot of people that find comfort in people struggling, not because they want that person to be in pain, but because they're struggling too. So seeing you struggle makes them feel like I'm not in this alone. And I think that's the same thing for when people are overweight. Not all the time, but sometimes, okay? There is nothing wrong with being whatever size you want to be, okay? And there's also nothing wrong with deciding that I want to get in shape. I want to work out. And I think a lot of times people have a really negative response to that if they have gotten comfortable with you being a picture of, plus size women. And Adele is 33. Adele is the same age as me. She looks really great in this picture. That's why I posted this picture, because I feel like she looks really, really great in this one. And sometimes it kind of seems like she looks older than she really is. But then once again, sorry, the Caucasity, no disrespect, the melanin helps, and not having a hard life and all. But that's why I said she looks good. But she worries and she stresses herself. And I think you can tell. And I think she looks rejuvenated because she is. And she looks great. And I really do feel like even your friends want you on Married at First Sight. Rachel's friends were used to her being a part of the big girl clique. And then when she lost weight, they felt the way. And now all of a sudden they're hating on you. All of a sudden they're jealous of you and trying to tear you down or trying to look for a moment to say, I told you that wouldn't work. Like, to be negative towards someone because they're making changes that you don't want to make, or changes you're too afraid to make, is unfair. And I feel like people really have to start self-checking themselves. When you get upset at changes that somebody is making for them, you need to realize that that's the issue you're having with yourself. And you need to unpack that. Okay? You need to unpack why it bothers you that Adele decided to get in shape and lose weight. Even if she had done it to lose weight, why does that bother you? Because you're creating the same societal pressure for her to remain big in order for you to like her that you're upset about from society that, wants you to be skinny. It's the same pressure. It's the same pressure from a group of people telling you that you need to be this way in order for us to be accepting of you. And that is unfair. People should be able to have moments where they are fat and love their body and feel sexy and feel confident in that. And then have moments where they feel like, you know what? I think I might want to lose a little bit of weight. I think I might want to get in shape. I think I might want to start working out. The thing that people forget is that working out is not just about losing weight for looks. A lot of it is about making you feel good. That was one of the main things I noticed about working out, is that I have been able to maintain my anxiety so much better, which is why I don't stop doing it, because now I need it. Because I realize it makes me feel good. It makes me be able to do more. It makes me be able to digest my food easier. Like, y'all, doing cardio and working out the way I do makes my life all the ways around better. It makes my sex life better. It makes my mood better. It makes the functions of my body better. It makes my energy level better, which makes my attitude better. Contrary to what some of y'all may believe who have never encountered me in person, but for some reason feel like because I don't allow people to play with me on social media, that must mean I'm rude and some mean person, when you've never really encountered me, so you don't know that. Okay? But, just to say. So I feel like people need to check themselves, because there are a lot of y'all that do not like when someone decides to make a decision that is best for them just because you don't want to make that decision. And it's not even always about weight. Sometimes it's about what I noticed, with women. You don't want to be in a toxic relationship with a man. A lot of older women feel like y'all should just stick in there and, you should just deal with bullshit from people, all because somebody else is willing to deal with bullshit from people. So they want to tell you that you should be okay with that and you should deal with that. And there's nothing wrong with it because they're okay with it. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's not always about appearance. It's sometimes about how a person feels. And if you are okay at your weight in this moment, That's perfectly fine. And then in 10 minutes, if you fucking feel insecure about it, that's okay too. Because y'all get mad at Lizzo for going up and down in her emotions. Well, I thought you was all happy to be fat. Bitch, I was happy to be fat in the moment when I was happy to be fat. And now I'm not that happy. Just like working out. Y'all, I love the fact that I've been working out. But guess what? Some days I do not feel like doing it. Some days I don't feel like getting up to do the shit. I don't feel today. I haven't done my step yet. The step today is gonna be 45 minutes, and that they got us flipping and moving and rubbing it down. Oh no, and backing up and doing all kind of shit that I know I'm gonna be falling all over my fucking living room whenever I decide to do the step class today. Okay, so I didn't feel like doing it, so I was like, I'm gonna do my videos first. Okay, so understand me when I say that you go through the motions. Everybody goes through the motions of feeling confident and not feeling confident, of seeing their body and feeling great about it. In the next moment, seeing their body and feeling like, what is this? Where did this come from? What the fuck is that? Like, why is that right there? Everybody, not just big people, not just everybody feels insecurities about their bodies. And just because people are a little bit more fearless when it comes to posting and representing themselves, it does not mean that they have any less insecurities than everybody else walking around here. So do yourself a favor. Stop putting people on pedestals. Stop seeing them as some, monolith or some representation that is constant. People are ever changing. People are ever changing. And you need to be able to give people the space to do that, because ultimately you want the space to be able to do that for yourself. If you decide one day that you want to get in shape, or you want to leave a man, or you want to go back to school, or whatever it is that you feel like you want to do, that you have decided to stop making excuses or stop feeling bad about something or stop going back and forth and just press forward, people are going to feel a way about that because they want you to be stuck where they are. Because they need to feel like, it's working as long as there are other people that are in this boat with me. But no, stop doing that. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Do what you want to do. Do what is best for you. Put your fucking phone down. Stop looking for Adele and Lizzo to make you feel good about being big. Just feel good about being big. Look at yourself in the mirror and feel like, bitch, you big, but you look good. Or, bitch, you may not look that good today, but I love you anyway. Look at you with your sexy self. Hair all over your head, bitch. Guess what? It's your hair, it's your head. What you gonna do? Y'all have got to start like looking at yourself like, if you don't love yourself, if you don't like yourself, then who the hell else will? Who else will? At base level, you have got to come into the situation with, this is what I got, bitch. If you don't like it, it ain't for you. This is what I got. But yes, misery loves company. Let's go ahead and move on from there. So let's talk about Nicki Minaj being on Real Housewives of Potomac. First of all, Nicki looks really pretty right here. I mean, the makeup is good. The wiggage is good. It's just, it's good cheekbone. It's just giving me everything in the face and the hair. It's giving me everything in the face and the hair. Okay, look at Andy. Look at Andy knowing, not wanting to be too close. Look at him. Child. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Sorry. Husband? Hey, baby, I'm doing a video. What's going on? What's popping? It's a long day?
It's not a long day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be, at least till 6, 7. I'm just hoping once I'm done, I got to go help nobody else first.
Okay. All right, I'll call you when I'm done.
All right, baby.
Love you too. Bye. Okay. You have to answer the phone calls. Otherwise, I'll never talk to him. All right, Nicki. Nicki helps host season 6 reunion of Real Housewives of Potomac. It looks like Nicki Minaj helped host the recently recorded Real Housewives of Potomac reunion yesterday. Okay, she was on set. She had cue cards. Excuse me, she had cue cards. Um, they announced it. We didn't think it was going to happen. Okay, but here we are. Later, Nicki issued a follow-up message. Why aren't people letting me do my job? Stop. Um, Later, Nicki issued a follow-up message. Don't move. Everyone binge watch all the episodes because we finna get into some things, hunty. My questions will be well thought out too, mixed with funny and epic, of course. She also updated a text exchange with her publicist that confirmed that Bravo executive Andy Cohen, who infamously hosts all Housewives reunions, was all for Nicki stepping in. Child, he be needing a break. Okay, but yeah. It looks. I'm trying to see if today was a trip. Okay. Have we heard anything about the reunion other than the fact that Nicki Minaj was a part of it? Have we heard anything, you guys? I'm looking in the comments now. I'm coming back to y'all because I want to see how you guys feel about this. I think I'm gonna do a poll. Because I want to see how many of you think that Nicki is going to do a good job with this? Give me a second. Nicki is going to be a great host. Here, Nate. Wait, make it make sense, Brittany. Is let me type it so that it makes sense. Will Nicki give what's supposed to be gave? That's the line of questioning. Now I'm asking the community. You guys, tell me. Let me know. I'm interested. I want to know what the numbers are looking like in the poll. Okay, you guys go ahead and let me know. I'm waiting for those numbers because I want to see. I want to see what you guys have to say. I want to know how y'all feel about it before I really give y'all my opinion. Child, I'm not turning my phone off. What's wrong with y'all? I'm not turning my phone off just so y'all don't. Y'all, this is a live video and this is YouTube. Okay. When I get some producers in this bitch, then I'll make sure to have my phone somewhere where somebody else can answer it for me. That way, if something's going on, I don't need to be there for it. But until then, child, y'all will be all right. Honey, okay, honey. Let me see what y'all are saying on the poll. I mean, right now it is a whopping 61% saying no and 39% saying yes. Okay. Now I'm going to let that roll. But to me, it seems as if most of y'all are saying that y'all do not think that she's going to be giving what's supposed to be gave. Honestly, it's a toss up for me. It's a toss up for me because I actually it's a because I'm that freezing thing is annoying me. It's a toss up for me because I feel like Nicki has been watching the show and Nicki probably will ask really good questions. I feel like she will have, some good little dialogue for us. I really do. But I am wondering how much of that is actually going to make air. I'm wondering what her interactions are going to be like with the other ladies. If she's going to hold Giselle's feet to the fire, if she's going to hold some people's feet to the fire that I want her to hold their feet to the fire, then I'm going to be happy about that. Because I feel like Andy isn't going to do it. And I feel like if Nicki wanted to sit down and check Giselle and Robin or question them about the way they handle things on the show, they aren't going to be able to get away with the way they normally respond to things because everybody is going to be nervous about being asked questions by Nicki Minaj. So I am wondering, if it's actually going to give, because there's a possibility that it can absolutely give. There's absolutely a possibility it could give. But Nicki has a lot going on in her personal life. And I feel like this is another distraction. This is another thing to have us talking about something that's not negative, to have us talking about something that is not Kenneth Petty, it's, you know, like I really, I'm wondering. I'm wondering what's going to happen. But something makes me feel like she's gonna get there. It's probably gonna be for, you know, maybe one commercial break segment. She gonna come out there. It might be a little yang 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 roll neck tongue pop, one hard, two hard questions, but I don't think it's gonna be anything to write home about. I think it's going to be lackluster. That's what I suspect, which is why she wouldn't 100% be hosting the show, because, you know, I'm just wondering about. Also, yes, like are you vaccinated? Because you're really close to Andy. I think it's a distraction. I do, and I also feel like it's a distraction that's working both ways. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, and I do feel like this isn't good for either of them. I don't feel like Bravo reality shows need to get A-list rappers to host their shows. Like, it honestly brings her value down. And honestly, it brings their value down because of the fans that Nicki has. She has the same ignorant fans that, you know, we're noticing now with the Housewives, that can be so toxic in the chat, so toxic in the comments. Y'all care way too much. Y'all get way too upset about people's differences in opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like her fans will cause more of an issue than anything. So we'll see how it all turns out. But from where I'm sitting right now, it doesn't feel like it's the best that they could have given us. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that's a good point. Uh, I mean, she can ask the women questions Andy can't ask because she's a Black woman. That is very true. But that is also why I have often felt like Andy should not host the Housewives shows, because I feel like he doesn't have the capacity, if you ask me. Just true tea. Andy is a privileged white gay man. And then you sit there as host to almost in some ways exact somewhat of a morality, haha, onto the cast members of what is right and what is wrong. And it just kind of seems like you can't possibly give that to them because you have no idea what their experience is or from which they sit. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand their perspective. So you hosting the shows a lot of the time seems like you have no idea what's been going on the show because you really don't connect with them in that way. And only white people see this and think this is a good idea, Andy hosting the Black Housewives shows. Like, only white people think that that's a good idea. Yes, I think Bevy would be amazing. Y'all, Bevy is actually really close friends with one of my sisters. And I think that Bevy is the perfect personality. The perfect personality. And I think because she does live a great lifestyle, she travels and, you know, she knows a lot of great people. She is the type of Black woman that is in this arena well enough to handle these women, to ask the right questions and to be able to understand them. So the questions will come from a place that has the backstory. So you can add things together to, you know, to create the image that the viewers are seeing. Because a lot of the times, the shit goes completely over Andy's head. What the viewers are saying, asking, seeing, like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. I feel like we've watched previous seasons where we're like, was Andy watching the fucking show? Like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really do think Bevy would be amazing. I feel like they need a strong woman who they will respect, but also can understand their perspective as Black women, as hosts of their reunion shows. I think it would be much better. Just like I think when Nina Parker became the host for the Love and Hip Hop franchises, that was a way better reunion than Mona had done, because Mona was biased, because Mona was the boss. So people could not express themselves freely, and she would often shut down the people who she did not like and allow for the people she did like to continue to run their mouths. That I did not like that. And I think Andy does the same thing with the way he asks questions. He asks questions that kind of let you know that Giselle is a favorite. Yes, he gonna ask hard questions, but Giselle is a favorite. Y'all were mad at Monique last season. Y'all were trying to make her husband seem like angry black man. You know, y'all allowed Michael to. You actually lied and said you did not remember Michael grabbing your ass in order to protect him when y'all would do it. Like there were so many things that Andy has done that I just kind of feel like the person that's the executive producer of the show should not be the host of the reunion. Y'all should always outsource and get people who know how to host shows, people who know how to handle strong personalities, people who have strong personalities themselves and do more than just executive produce a show. Because the truth of the matter is, like, y'all, if Watch What Happens Live is it's not about Andy, it's about the people who come on his show. Like, you're not a personality, you're not a real host, you're executive producer of a show. Like, that's really all it is, which is why, you know, people don't come for you. They come for the girls, and that's great. But at the reunion shows, we need somebody that can understand. And I feel like he just does not get it. Nicki can understand, but I also feel like she is polarizing. And again, the fans, her stands that are going to come along with her. I don't know how this is going to turn out, y'all. Right. Giselle never gives at the reunion. And he allows her to. He allows her to withhold, and then they edit shit out to protect her. It's just all very, very annoying. Yeah. Andy wants to be the star. That's what this is about. You know, he's one of those people that he's been able to, honestly, I feel like he's been able to create a lot of things off Nene's coattails. Because Nene would bring him ideas that she would have liked to do for her, and she's bringing it to her executive producer, like, let's make this happen. And then he decides to take the idea and make himself the star of the show. It's actually like hilarious to me. And it kind of makes me think about that argument that I hear a lot on social media where people like to say things like, you know, everybody steals from the gay community. And in the back of my mind, I'm always like, child, there is always a black woman somewhere that y'all took that shit from. Like, some things, yeah, it absolutely started with y'all, but it always goes to a black lady that has been disenfranchised in some way because y'all didn't took something from her and claimed it as your own. And who likes to do that? I'm not gonna say it. Thank you, Tammy Morgan, for the super chat. Tipping my content creators. Shout out to the ladies first panel. Thank you so much. Tip your content creators. It is greatly appreciated. I have a Cash App. I have Venmo at BondyBlue. Okay, get into it. Thank you. All right, y'all. So moving on from there. Okay, we have more to talk about. Let's start with the NBA because y'all, it's about to turn into the scamming hour. Okay, I didn't even read. I know what's going on, but I really was focused on Brittish's portion of this story. So she's not involved, but she kind of is, okay? Just because it's like everybody's scamming. So let's go ahead and just read what's being said on the Jasmine brand. So a number of former NBA stars have recently found themselves in hot water due to an alleged multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. Earlier today, news broke that 18, this was Thursday, 18 former NBA players were arrested for their alleged involvement in a health insurance fraud scheme. NBC investigative reporter Tom Winter largely circulated the story through Twitter, initially revealing, and I quote, breaking, 18 former NBA players have been arrested and charged federally for defrauding the NBA's health and welfare benefit plan out of approximately $4 million, law enforcement officials say. Shortly thereafter, the 18 former NBA players were revealed. Among those charged are recognizable names. Okay, here's a list. Mitt Palacio, Sebastian Telfair, Antoine Wright, Darius Miles, Ruben Patterson, Eddie Robinson, Gregory Smith, Glenn Davis, Jamario Moon, or Jamario, whatever. More former players: Terrence Williams, Allen Anderson, Tony Allen, Shannon Brown, that's Monica's ex-husband, William Bynum, Melvin Eli, Christopher Douglas Roberts, Tony Roten. Okay, so the players are accused of submitting about $4 million worth of
fake medical and dental reimbursement claims from 2017 to 2020. From these false claims, the 18 former NBA stars reportedly profited a total of $2.5 million in payments. Terrence Williams is also accused of pocketing an additional $230,000 for his alleged involvement in helping the others file their false claims. He's pictured here. He is also listed as the ringleader of the operation. Oh my God. Shortly after the news broke, it was revealed that all but two of the players were already in custody. Those involved are facing charges of conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud, wire fraud, and aggravated identity theft. Prosecutors are seeking to confiscate any and all property, real or personal, that constitutes or is derived directly or indirectly from the alleged scheme that Todd did not set up. So I'm just going to say this about their portion and I'm going to move on to Brittish. Okay. So here's the thing. The one thing I feel like my dad impressed upon me was don't do things that are going to end up getting you caught up. I don't like looking over my shoulder, y'all. I don't like people think it's so easy to do these like little things where it's illegal, you know, it's not right. Oh, white people do it. Everybody does it. Let me tell you something. You're not white, honey. You're not white. They're looking for a reason to post you up. Okay, you NBA stars that made all of that money, even if y'all didn't make a lot of money, because some of y'all didn't make a lot of money. But see, this is the type of shit that you don't do. This is exactly what you don't do, because you as a black person are not going to be able to get away with it. You as a black person are going to get way more time than a white person would get for this. You're going to get way more restitution. You're going to have a harder life now because you decided to take advantage of a system, yes, that already takes advantage of you. The healthcare system is total and utter fucking bullshit. It is ridiculous to the nth power. I don't feel bad for the insurance company at all, to be clear. But when it comes to us protecting ourselves, this right here is why you don't make these decisions, because they caught your ass and now your ass is going to jail and you're going to have to pay that money back. And now you'll lose everything that you use that money to get. Everything that you use that money to get directly or indirectly, meaning if you gave money to your people and they can trace it, they're going to come and get that shit. You have put everybody that you have been taking care of at a disadvantage because you wanted to go about shit the illegal way. When I tell y'all, there have been so many times that I have, you know, people have given me opportunities to do shit like that. Nah, I'm good. Nah, and everybody, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I do not work like that. Okay. And it's on purpose because I feel like my father always impressed upon me, you don't ever want to have to worry about certain things. And that's people coming back around for the gotcha when you did something wrong, because your ass will get caught. Okay. And they got caught. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Brittish's ass. And this is extensive, y'all. So, you know, get comfortable. First of all, I'm going to read y'all what Bossip is saying, because I feel like Bossip had the, you know, one of the best culminations to really explain the situation. Former Basketball Wives LA star Brittish Williams, a single mother of one and known for her rocky relationship with basketball player Lorenzo Gordon, has been shockingly indicted on federal fraud charges in St. Louis, according to STL Today. Reportedly, the ex-reality star was indicted by a federal grand jury on September 22nd, 2021 on 5 felony charges of misuse of a social security number, 4 charges of bank fraud, 3 charges of making false statements to the IRS, 3 charges of wire fraud, and 3 charges of aggravated identity theft. Brittish was reportedly arrested Thursday and pleaded not guilty to those charges in U.S. District Court in St. Louis the same day. Court records obtained by STL Today show prosecutors detailed all 5 of Williams' alleged offenses in documents, alleging she used false social security numbers in 2017 to obtain loans, lines of credit, and other funds from financial institutions. So y'all, this is not PPP related. Okay, just so y'all are aware. They claim in 2018 and 2019, Williams deposited 4 checks ranging in value between $4,500 and $5,800 into accounts that she controlled and withdrew the money before the checks bounced or banks realized they were fraudulent. Prosecutors say the owners of the checks were unaware of the deposits, prosecutors said. So she was stealing people's checks, stealing people's identities, their social security numbers, and then getting loans and shit, on their credit, and getting online and perpetrating to y'all that she's an entrepreneur and working for this money. She also allegedly falsely claimed dependence on her 2017 to 2019 tax returns using, thank you, Joey, for the Cash App. Thank you so much. Yes. So she used false names and social security numbers, the prosecutor said, on her tax returns from 2017 to 2019. Brittish appeared on Basketball Wives in 2014, as well as Marriage Boot Camp in 2016 to work out her whirlwind relationship with Lorenzo. But unfortunately, they called it quits. Sounds like to me, he stopped funding, and so you start frauding because you don't want to have to work for your money. So you start scamming people. She's said to be returning to Basketball Wives for their new season. On Instagram, she portrays herself as an entrepreneur with multiple streams of income, but has unfortunately racked up complaints with the Better Business Bureau in regards to her online boutique love of labels, which I have pulled up some of those reviews for y'all for your viewing pleasure. STL Today reports that the business earned an F rating with the Consumer Watchdog. And she also promotes Gossip Girl XO, an online clothing and shoe page on Shopify, and recently teased a $750 webinar on breaking into the trucking business because that's what she's done. So, yeah, this is what I thought about when I read this story. So, y'all, Drea, this girl, a lot of them are my age. But in 2014 and 13, 12, all of those years when they were on reality shows and I was working my ass off at the fucking news station, working 12 and 13-hour days and all of this shit, I knew that I was doing the shit the long game way. I was raised to think ahead, you know what I'm saying? And not to look for instant gratification when it comes to certain things. But I would often feel like I was making the wrong decisions, or maybe I wasn't being as outgoing, or maybe I didn't take enough risk because I was not as popular or didn't have 300,000 followers or millions of followers like Drea and all of that on social media. Because I didn't have, and I still don't have the online presence that these young women have. They're the same age as me, and I would feel like I have made bad decisions because of that. Now we are like almost 10 years out from the beginning of the reality shows, and you frauding everybody for your lifestyle. And Drea, and it's no disrespect to her because Drea is doing amazing, but I just saw the clip online from your show where it's saying that you have a higher debt to income ratio, so you can't purchase a home, and you didn't know not to go and spend money on a car and fuck up your credit before you went trying to get the house. So, and I had done that in my 20s. So, and it's not to shit on anybody, but I'm just saying that it made me feel like at the end of the day, y'all have got to learn to stop allowing people that are on reality shows and on social media to make you feel like you need to be looking for instant gratification and fast money, or trying to keep up with a look. And you have no idea what these people are really doing to promote that look, to look like they got it like that. 20-something years old, but they got all the fucking money in the world. Come to 30 years old, ass getting indicted. Okay? Ass can't get a fucking house. 30-something years old, all this money you didn't, had through your hands. And yeah, they probably didn't have the mindset. But what I'm saying is, y'all have got to stop letting social media mind fuck y'all into making bad decisions, because this is how that PPP loan shit happened. I think a lot of y'all saw shit on social media that other people were doing to floss. You want to floss too. You want a leg up too. You want to get shit too. And so you want to hop on these scams and schemes and shit that is illegal, okay? And ultimately will end up getting your ass fucked up. Y'all can say all y'all want to about that tea. That's sales, bitch. That is sales, okay? I sell a product. That's it. What they do, taking people's social security numbers, that's fucking scamming to me. Okay? That's some scamming shit. Taking people's checks, and you taking from them people. You fucking up their credit. I was in a Discord with somebody, one of my homegirls in the Discord was talking about somebody just stole her fucking identity and opened up all these accounts. That is a headache for people who work hard for their money, that work their ass off, that go and be on white folks' jobs that y'all hoes would never spend y'all time working at, but y'all want to come and eat off my motherfucking plate while judging me from your Instagram. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? Because they be the main ones. Y'all hoes working too hard. You know what I'm saying? Keep going to them little jobs. Yeah, bitch, I'ma keep going to that little job. I'ma keep doing it the right way. So I don't ever have to worry about nobody knocking on my motherfucking door with dogs and guns and shit over a PPP loan. And to make matters even worse, sharing the screen. Okay, because I ain't done, bitch. Okay. She been scamming. She's been scamming. You been scamming. Y'all remember that from Sin from Love and Hip Hop? You been sucking that. But you been fucking with Dykeman niggas. I'm sorry, y'all. That came to my head. Yes, I will not live my life looking over my shoulder. Come on now, Miss Monet. You better say that. Y'all make sure that y'all are time coding the video, please, for me, moderators. So yes, y'all. This is from the better. Thank you, Quaisha. Maybe reality stars' actual business went under due to the pandemic and felt their backs was up against the wall and to scam just to stay afloat. I understand what you're saying, but please don't think that's what this is. This lady's scamming was in 2017 to 2019. Hold on. I took it down that fast, but this was pre-pandemic. And to be honest, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people scam and do shit like this. It's not just the pandemic. Quaisha, you know I appreciate you for the super chat, and I also appreciate you trying to give people a little bit of, a little bit of space. Their back was against the wall. Everybody's back is against the wall. Everybody is fighting every day to make sure that they don't end up like the people on the street living under the bridge. But she been scamming, okay? And that's why I'm moving on into this, which is her Love and Labels store. Okay, now these are some of the reviews from her Love and Labels store. All right, do y'all see this? 62 reviews, bad. 1.7, 90% bad. I'm gonna just read y'all a few of them. 5 days ago, I bought a top for my mom yesterday. Seeing she liked it, I bought it home to give it a wash before wear. I have spent the last hour fixing up all the seams. Not worth the money I spent on it, and I will never buy another item of this label. Fraud. Please don't order from them. Please don't order from them. They are fraud. They charge and never ship your order. Then they have no customer service, no way of contacting them. They don't respond to the emails. Fraud. I had to make a claim from my bank. There is absolutely no customer service. There's absolutely no customer service with this business. I sent an item back as it was poorly fitted. I understood I would receive a store credit. Upon trying to use the credit for an item less expensive, I was still told to pay half of the actual price when my store credit would have covered the cost in its entirety. When I sent emails and messages on the online chat, I never received a response. I will not purchase from this company again, and I would not recommend them to anyone. Horrible customer service. I have contacted them numerous times about the shipping label. No response. Thank you for the Cash App, Brianna D. I am going to dispute the charges if they don't respond. I have tried numerous times to get someone to respond to the fact that it's been over a month and my shoes are still sitting with label created. If you have no intentions on shipping these to me, I would like a full refund as you have charged me $108. My order number is 33620. Thanks for ignoring all my attempts to get this resolved. I now have to resort to review writing. Customer service is terrible. The jacket I bought was nice and looked like the pictures and description, although sizing was incorrect. Even though I used the sizing chart, I asked to exchange for a larger size. They agreed. 6 weeks later, after 15 to 20 emails, it arrived and it was the wrong size. Contacted customer service for a refund, but they would not budge. I would not recommend this online store to anyone. And child, let me tell y'all, Sarah might have been one review that I saw that was good. See this review right here? This is a fake reviewer because they only have one other review from the same day. And the fact that this review happened on the same day as this review makes me feel like this somebody you got to review your shit that's often on their reviewing. But the rest of these are bad. And that's from her loves and labels line that she has. Hold up, I'm coming back to y'all. Hey, Angelique, for the super chat. Thank you. This reminds me of those bad girl twins that escort to keep their lifestyles. They only get caught because that one trick had a stroke or something. Yes. The Claremont twins, the ones whose faces look like Muppet babies now because they've decided to, fuck up they good looks and shit. Thank you, Peace Tomato, for the super chat. This is what happens when you want to keep up with the Joneses. Shaking my head, yikes. Wonder how this will play out on Basketball Wives. Always keep your nose clean. Listen, thank you, Chocolate Pazia, for the super sticker. Okay, listen, I keep trying to tell y'all. Okay, you have got to be in the mindset that if you do something like this, it is eventually going to come back on you. People like to say, oh, I don't believe in karma, or I don't believe. Child, you can believe what the fuck you want to, but you better know you can't do the same shit these white people do. You better know you can't get out there and scam people and get a tap on the wrist and that's it. No, because when they catch you and your black ass come in there, seeing that you done a financial crime, a lot of the times they feel like, how dare you be smart enough to commit a financial crime and get away with it? How dare you? And they want to make an example out of your ass and all the hood bitches that look like you. Okay. So at the end of the day, we have to make better decisions. And y'all know I don't do respectability politics bullshit, but when it comes to the legalities of it all, don't give anybody a fucking reason. Okay? Don't give anybody a reason. Hey, at the end of the day, tea and NutriBurst are sales. Okay? Y'all get y'all NutriBurst and y'all tea, don't y'all? If you want your money back, you get your money back, don't you? Oh, okay. You can call somebody over there, can't you? Oh, okay then. Say what you will. Selling you something and bringing other people on to sell something is not the same thing as whatever the fuck this is. Okay? Child, it is a liquid multivitamin. You can get it from me or you can get it from Amazon. That's your choice. Okay? The tea we sell is the same tea that you can get from Amazon that's going to force you to take a shit and get whatever's in your system out your system. Ain't no quick get skinny rich scheme thing. There's no such thing. So if you believe that, that's your own bullshit. But Bondi ain't never told you drink this tea by itself and you're gonna lose weight. Nobody ever said that. I said you gotta work out too, bitch. I said you gotta do stuff too. Okay? AIDS helps. Get your head in the game. Okay? I still like the NutriBurst. Y'all can go to hell. And when my stomach hurt and I get nauseous, I still hit up the fucking ISOT. I ain't never lied about what I use mine for. Y'all can go ahead with that. Thank you, Clever Butterfly, for the super sticker. Because people love to throw that in my face. People love to throw that in my face because they be they be mad at you. Oh, y'all doing, bitch. It is sales. Okay? We is selling a product. You can buy it or not buy it. It's up to you. Okay? Exactly. Those products aren't fake. And once again, there is customer service. Somebody gonna answer your email, okay? It may not be me because I'm not the person that's sending it. I am just a face that gets a percentage because I sell it. That's how that works. Just like anything else that I do advertising for, okay? Because y'all swear up and down that it's a scam. How, bitch? It's a product. You bought it. You got the product. How were you scammed? Talk to me. Come on now. No, y'all think that there's some some little pill that you're gonna be able to take, and all of a sudden you're gonna get, what took me a year to get. Like, no, that's not realistic. I don't know why you believe that. Okay, I don't know why y'all act like that. You absolutely right, Bondy. Essen will have you questioning your choices because it don't come quick or easy. They hint throw the book at Brittish. Child. Was Brittish on the same season as Duffy? I remember the name, but can't recall what season she was on. I don't remember neither. There's been so many, child. I don't remember if she was on the same one with Duffy. I think she might have been. I do have a code for Firmoo. It is in the description box. Well, it's a link, I believe. They gonna have a good old time passing Brittish around in prison. Oh, girl, no, she gonna be fighting all the girls. It's not a scam. It's a MLM. Yes. And people don't be liking those. Yeah, they don't like when you bring people in to sell shit and then you get a percent. They don't like that shit. I don't know why. It's not illegal, so I don't understand what the problem is. Okay, multi-level marketing companies. Yeah, they don't like those, and I just kind of feel like, child, I don't know what y'all upset about at the end of the day. But to each his own. To each his own. We all trying to get our money up. We all trying to, do the best we can to make things shake for ourselves. But I try to be as transparent as humanly possible, baby, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that bullshit. Okay. And when I tell y'all that Kiara LaShae products are off the chain, I tell you no lies. Okay. Girl, that lemon pound cake is so good, and I really like mixing it with the cake batter and the lemon pound cake mixed together with almond milk. Bitch, my life is dessert in a protein shake. Shit, I rock my Firmoo. Listen, I only promote things that I've used myself or that I use, y'all. I would never promote something to y'all that I don't fuck with myself. That's why I pass up on so many opportunities, because I don't like promoting things that I don't care about. I just don't. All right, I just don't. Brittish was the only one for one season. Technically, she was supposed to be on S9 before COVID hit. Okay, so who knows if she's really going to be on this season? I told y'all I'm not moved to watch Basketball Wives or review it. I'm just not. I'm not. No, go to hell. I don't care. No, this is not a new color. Y'all know I get a new color every time my hair grow out. I get my hair recolored. I think it's a new type of color. My mom used a new type of color. It's the same color. But yeah, y'all. Brittish Instagram definitely showcases her as someone who is traveling and living an extravagant lifestyle and being an entrepreneur and having a BBL body and driving around in expensive cars and having really good lace wiggage. And now she's in truck driving, and y'all know, like, she's doing what all of the girls are doing to get their bag. But what I'm telling y'all is, when it comes to the IRS, when it comes to the government, y'all stop playing with these people. Stop fucking playing with these people, because they not playing with you. They are not playing with you. I have a CPA, child. When I tell y'all, I got somebody to do my taxes, and that is reputable, that's not trying to lose their license, child. Do not have time. Okay. Now listen, I'm about to go, but before I go, I want to speak on this Dave Chappelle thing right quick. And I'm doing it at the end of the video because I think it's such a hot button topic, and I've seen how upset people have gotten. And people are saying shit like, if you support Dave Chappelle, then you transphobic and all of this type of stuff. And I feel like y'all are making really broad statements because y'all are mad that somebody said it's not blood, it's beet juice. Bitch, it's not. Shani, thank you for the super chat. Finally caught a live. Just wanted to show my appreciation for your videos. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Okay. I'm gonna just say this. I watched it, y'all. I am a huge Dave Chappelle fan. I don't always like the shit that Dave Chappelle says, and I don't always agree with it. But his ability to make you laugh at terrible things is his gift. And there have been many a time in my life when I have only had For What It's Worth on an iPod to listen to, and it lulled me to sleep or made me laugh when I wanted to cry, or whatever. Dave has been very much a part of my life as far as somebody that's really, like, their art has added to my life in a very positive way. Okay, So I could be biased. I am absolutely open to that idea. But I did not perceive any of what Dave said as transphobic. People were saying things that I did not get from his commentary. I saw one of the posts was like, he said, trans women's bodies are disgusting. He did not say that. He did not say that. But he does consider himself a TERF, which I didn't even know what the fuck a TERF was. Apparently, white women love creating names for shit. And, like J.K. Rowling, they feel like, at the end of the day, you ain't got no period, you ain't got no, no womb, whether it's working or not, you ain't got no fallopian tubes, bitch. The insides ain't matching the outside, basically. Okay. And he once again told the story about his trans friend who actually killed herself after she received a lot of backlash from the public, from the trans community, and from other, gay community people, I guess, because she defended Dave and said that Dave would have to be punching down on someone. In order to be punching down on someone, he would have to think he was above them. And the only thing that I disagree with, Dave, is that at the end of the day, you don't have to think you're above somebody in order for you to be above them. You're a cisgendered Black man that has money, that's married to an Asian woman, and can basically do whatever the fuck you want to do. Daphne, thank you. So ultimately, you may not intentionally be punching down, but your representation as a Black man speaking on behalf of the baby, or speaking on behalf of the rest of the problematic Black men that I feel like make our environments as Black women and as Black gay trans people unsafe. And I feel like there's a disconnect where y'all don't understand that the shit y'all promote online, the shit that y'all promote, and the things that y'all say can sometimes lead to people being harmed in real everyday life. And I think there's a disconnect that people don't understand that is very problematic. Okay? I'm not familiar with the TERF situation. So, y'all can call that whatever y'all want to call that. However, I have a problem with people not accepting that there are differences, that there are biological differences that we can't change and we can't dispute. It is what it is. And whenever somebody points that out, whether they are trying to be transphobic or not, the response is to jump and say, they're transphobic. They hate us because they said this or they said that. And the thing is that you're not listening. You're having a conversation that is very one-sided, meaning you're listening to argue. You're listening to have a problem. You're not listening so we can have a conversation. And the fact that the response is to shut down his Netflix special, that's exactly what Dave was talking about in the special. He said, y'all are not going to actually listen to what I say. Y'all aren't going to actually hear me. Y'all are going to get mad that I said anything about y'all. Y'all are going to be mad that I joked about y'all in any capacity. And then y'all are going to ask for me to be taken down. And that's why he defended the baby, because he felt like, I don't like the fact that y'all think y'all can take somebody's livelihood away. And y'all, that's one thing I've never really been a fan of. Unless somebody has done something illegal or done something to harm somebody, I don't feel like it's fair to take people's livelihoods away because you don't agree with them. And that's exactly what they're trying to do today. If you want to take his show now, you can't take Dave's livelihood away because Dave already had a paid deal with Netflix and he filled his contractual obligations with that last show. The money has already been spent and y'all want the shit to be taken down. Why do you want it to be taken down? How about you just don't watch it? It's not promoting abuse of trans people. It's not promoting ignorance of their issues, but it's basically saying your life is hard. Guess what? So is mine. I can feel you on that. But I need for you to give me the grace that you're asking of me. And I feel like a lot of the times what's happening in society is that because of the way things are, because people are so homophobic, because people are so violent against gay people and trans people, because you feel like people shouldn't be allowed to exist because they show up a certain way, you have to create these defense mechanisms and you have to fight really hard against that energy because it is constantly happening. Even, the way they attack Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X might be trolling the shit out of y'all, but the boy is just living his fucking life. And Boosie is somewhere thinking real hard about how upset he is about this. That's the issue. That's a problem. That you are that bothered by what somebody else is doing. That's the issue. But that also goes both ways, y'all. That goes both ways, y'all. You have to be able to have the conversation if you want to move forward. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't want to have the conversation because you don't want to have to explain yourself logically to somebody. Because if you have to explain yourself logically to somebody, then you're going to have to defend your illogical mindset about certain things. And that's just, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about it. People respect when somebody can say, I identify this way, even though I fully understand that on the inside, this, and this is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, people feel like they can handle that. But when y'all start trying to argue with us about, certain things that people feel like are facts, then it's when we can't even have this conversation. So I feel like I want to respect everybody and I want everybody to be heard. I want everybody to feel like their cause is respected. And I feel like one of Dave's points is that gay people's causes are respected. Black people's causes are not. He simply pointed out that we live in a world where the baby can shoot a nigga in Walmart and it does nothing to his career. You don't even really know about it. But he says some ignorant shit on stage at a concert, hurt some people's feelings, and now he can't get booked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think his point was very real and true. Right. It's easier to be mad than it is to be logical. And that's what I feel like. I feel like people don't want to have these conversations because they're hard conversations to have. And I think it's easier to be upset about things. It's easier to be mad and point the finger and say that a person is transphobic and say that a person doesn't deserve to say what they're saying because it doesn't align with how I feel. Well, how is that any different than the way church folks and ignorant black men with toxic masculinity and all of that treat gay people and trans people? It's the same mentality that because I don't like what you're saying, you deserve to be shut down. It's the same mentality. Oh, because I don't like the way Lil Nas X performs, he shouldn't be able to perform. I don't like what Dave Chappelle is saying on his Netflix special, take his Netflix special down. And I'm going to be the great equalizer to say that I don't like Boosie, but I ain't never called for y'all to take his music off nobody's platform. I just don't listen to all of his shit. I don't follow him on social media. I don't consume him. And I feel like there's a fine line between attitudes adding to the detriment of our society by allowing it to be put out there to harm people because it's not safe. Like some of these ideas, the Kevin Samuel shit, you incel niggas, like, some of you homophobic people online, you transphobic people, the ones that are really like that, y'all make it unsafe for people in real life. So there needs to be a fine line between those people and people that are just trying to have a conversation with you about it from where they are. And it's not coming from a place of, I hate you, or I don't want you to be able to live, or I don't care about your pain. It's coming from a place of, I don't understand this, but I still respect you. But some people were saying ridiculous things. Like one of the things I saw was a person basically saying that it was Dave's fault that Daphne killed herself. And I was just like, wow, that is not what happened. That's not how it was explained at all. Daphne left that comedy show after going off on Dave about saying, I'm having a fucking human experience. And Dave was like, I feel that because I am too. Okay. So I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So Dave does all of this shit for Daphne as a person, as a friend that shows I don't hate trans people. I just think we have, misunderstandings in how we understand things, but I still care about this person as a person. I care about Daphne as my friend. I respect her. I refer to her as her. But ultimately, she's still that little girl's daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that that's how he ended his special. He was like, I, put money in a trust for Daphne's daughter. And one day I'm going to have a conversation with her and say, hey, Your dad was one of the best women I ever met in my life. And it was hilarious, but it was such a true and real moment. The fact of the matter is, yes, Daphne should have been respected as a woman because that's how Daphne wants to be seen in the world. And that's Daphne's experience, right? And we should respect people for what they're going through. But at the end of the day, Daphne is still that little girl's daddy. Like, and I think like that's the line that everybody's tripping out. You know what I'm saying? Is that they don't want to have to hear that. They don't want to have to, vocalize or say that honestly. Daphne is the trans woman that Dave speaks about in his comedy that he was friends with that killed herself after she went online to defend him and people attacked her. And then not long after she killed herself. And Dave made it very clear that he did not know all of what Daphne was going through, but it sure did not help that Daphne's own community, trans, gay, and everybody in between, decided to get their ass online to drag Daphne for filth. So where is the compassion for your own people? Where is the compassion for your own people that are at different levels trying to figure their shit out as well and not 100% seeing it the way you or the younger generation may see it? You know what I'm saying? So I often feel like, it's always about being mad. It's always about being angry. It's never about really trying to understand each other and where each other is coming from. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But I hope they don't take his special down. I had to go find that shit. It was not easy to find, but I don't feel like he should be silenced because you don't like what he said, because I didn't leave from watching his special feeling like he was telling somebody to be violent against gay or trans people. That's not what I felt. What I felt was him constantly making the comparison between how protected and how the gay community is allowed to live in a space in a way that Black people are not. But what I want Dave to remember is that some of those people don't need saving because they are just as problematic to the Black community as they are to the trans and gay one. The baby is just as problematic to our community as Black people as he is to the gay and trans community. I'm sorry, but a lot of you Black men in our community are detrimental to our community as Black people. Dave is a huge example of somebody that I have often felt love but disappointment in, because you talk about white people and all of that type of shit, and then what do you do? And what do? You go out and be the example of the rich Black guy that gets on and then doesn't keep that love or that money or that access in the Black community. You go get you an outside woman. And that's no disrespect. David's been with his wife for a very long time, and she is a woman of color and all of that. And whoever people decide to love, that's who they decide to love. But y'all promote pro-Black and y'all marry somebody other than us. Y'all have babies and take care of somebody other than us. But then you so pro-Black. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, I am going to review Marriage Boot Camp that's coming on right after this, but I wanted to touch on the situation with Dave because I feel like people get so upset that they, we can look at two different things. We can look at the fact like, yeah, Dave, you can be problematic, but Dave is not transphobic. And I don't think the comedy special, in my opinion, and I'm not a trans person, so if you feel like I shouldn't have an opinion on this because of that, then take your ass on somewhere, because it's my channel, so I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And I'm going to give my opinion on whatever the fuck I want to give my opinion about, because I'm a human being living in this world, and I am able to look at the world and see how, okay? I did not perceive it that way. And that's based on what I heard him say and how I heard him relate to someone who is trans with compassion and empathy and care. Not just with I support trans people, hashtags, rainbows, and all of this on social media. Because a lot of y'all do a lot of this caring and shit and capping online, but in real life, you ain't doing nothing for nobody the way Dave is doing something for somebody. Daphne's daughter will forever be taken care of because Dave is a type of human being that felt that that was necessary of him to do that for his friend. And it could be a little bit out of guilt because ultimately his attention on her brought that to her, whether that was the intention or not. And that's unfortunate. But he also was trying to help Daphne and gave Daphne a space to do something that she always wanted to do, which is, you know, do the comedy thing. But you know, we can have a difference in opinion. We can have a difference in opinion all day, every day. But this is my opinion. And what I would like is for everyone to hear what I am saying with an open mind. And even if you disagree with me, please do not label me as anti or you know, phobic of anyone. Do not do that because that's not me and that ain't I. And I don't like the fact that because we want to have conversations where we express ourselves and have some type of understanding because we want to talk about it. And, you know, it's not coming from a place of vitriol or anger or feeling like you don't deserve to be or you don't deserve to be respected. It's not ever coming from that place with me. So don't label me nothing disrespectful because that ain't me. Period. Thank you, Kimber, for the super chat. Hey, Bondy, I just went back and forth after 5 months, and the first thing I did was join Patreon. So here's a little something for keeping me going. Thank you so much. Back to work after 5 months. Oh, all right, love. Look, Godspeed, child. I love you. I appreciate you. Yeah, he offered to be her mentor. Like, how are you offering somebody a position to be a representation of their people, you know what I'm saying, on a large scale, if it's all about, you know, I hate these people. You know? So I feel like there's a lot to be said for the conversation, and there are a lot of nuances to it. And I just feel like we should be willing to have these conversations without always being nasty or mean or, you know, and that being hateful. And that goes both ways. Why is Bondy always trying to break a good black man down? Am I? Is that what I'm always doing? Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, the hell with you, if that's how you feel. But I'm gonna go. I love y'all so much. If y'all want to hear the conversation about Sir Brock and Amber on marriage boot camp, that situation, and do Molly Mile and Treasure really think they a real relationship, child? Listen, we'll talk about it all coming up next. So it's 2:37 right now. I had set the live for 2:25 because I never know how long these are gonna go, but 2:40. All right. So thank you so much. Ignore the trolls, y'all. Ignore the haters in the chat. That's why I got my moderators, y'all. Please, thank you so much for moderating, and y'all, please don't forget to do time codes for me. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right.